First at 5:30, more than a dozen people are trying to pick up the pieces tonight after a massive fire burned them out of their home this morning.
We first told you about it on Eyewitness News this morning. Fast-moving flames ripped through this triple-decker in New Bedford. And new tonight, we are hearing from one victim who lost something very near and dear to his heart. Eyewitness
News reporter Jared Pliner has been working the story all afternoon. He joins us now live in New Bedford with the latest developments.
Mike Kelly, good evening. I'm going to get out of here in short order because demo is ongoing behind me. The claw is moving. The machine pausing for a second as it goes back into this house. It's just been picking it apart. You see how extensively blackened it is. Now, no official cause from the top at this hour. One man who lived here was more concerned about his neighbors than about saving something he may not see again. Robert Aldrich lost something here this morning, and nothing can make him whole.
I lost my son's urn that he had died a month ago.
At the age of 22, New Bedford firefighters told Aldrich how bad it was in his third-floor unit.
The whole floor from my living room back was all down on the first floor, so I lost everything.
Before 7 Wednesday morning, 15 people lived in 6 apartments at 132 Holly Street off Ashley Boulevard. Several families, young children. Firefighters knew very quickly this was a lost cause, and the decision was made to save the homes around it. Chief Michael Gomes said the smoke was so thick, crews in the streets grabbed for their masks.
Even the operators of the vehicles that were outside the building had to go on air. The smoke condition was so bad at one point.
Robert Aldrich had just returned home from breakfast.
And seen smoke coming out of the front first floor window. I ran to the back of the house, up to the second floor landing, and I screamed in the hallway for everybody to get out of the house because the house is on fire. You guys don't have no time. You need to get out now.
Through his own turmoil, neighbors credited Aldrich with saving lives.
It makes me feel really good inside.
Crews say fire blew from the front of the house through an open rear door, devastated the back of the building, and invaded the attic. More local families possessionless before Thanksgiving begins.
We're really, it's hard, very, very hard on us.
And we are back here at another live look here on Eyewitness News at 5:30 as this claw just shreds the roof. We've just seen it come apart. Mattresses come out, everything you can imagine. Coming up new at 6:30, we'll see in about an hour's time how a street is coming together after today's devastation. For now, live in New Bedford tonight with the Southeastern Massachusetts Mobile Newsroom, I'm Jared Pliner, Eyewitness News.
Our next big story, more than a dozen people watched their home go up in flames. At 5:30, we told you about one victim of this fire who may never see his son's urn again. New at 6:30, we're learning how neighbors are helping him and other victims. Eyewitness News reporter Jared Pliner is in New Bedford with the new details.
Good evening. I'm going to step out of the frame so you can see the ongoing demolition. This has been going on for quite some time, just picking this house apart. Blackened. You see how extensive. This is how the day is ending here on Holly Street. The possessions of 15 people, adults and young children, up in smoke and flames, gone. Donations can be made, new purchases too, but there are things that cannot be bought, like the urn holding the remains of Robert Aldrich's boy. He died 1 month ago.
My son was 22 years old.
New Bedford's 132 Holly Street partially collapsed and in danger of coming further undone. Crews say fire blew from the lower front of the home back through an open door, tore apart a rear stairwell, and took off into the attic. Philomena Fernandez is a neighbor. She had just left her home.
It was like 7:15 this morning, and to bring my daughter to school. And I just looked down the street and I just saw flames coming out of this house with a bunch of smoke.
So much smoke. Fire Chief Michael Gomes says his crews had to start their airflow just to operate trucks out in the street without being overcome. What was Aldrich's third-floor apartment is quite literally not there.
The whole floor from my living room back was all down on the first floor.
As it always does, the Red Cross stepped in as the building was burning with clothes, toys, food, money. Neighbors like Fernandez, Francis Curley say the whole street is here for these families.
I have a daughter and I have a bunch of clothes that I can actually hand out to them and to help out. It's crazy because it's right before the holidays. Something always happens. We have to come together. That's what it's all about.
And another look here. Some families I spoke with today said they are staying in hotel rooms tonight. Of course, all thankful everyone escaped with their lives and uninjured. That doesn't mean it isn't hard. These will be trying days. In New Bedford tonight with the Southeastern Massachusetts Mobile Newsroom, I'm Jared Pletter, Eyewitness News.